Hi. Welcome to Dear Esther Landmark Edition. It's an old game, as far as I know. It might have a good story. You never know. Let's see. Shall we?
Dear Esther, the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
Oh. Flashy, flashy. Nice. No. Is this formula for medication or something? I'm very bad at chemistry. Isn't this like carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, bonding, I guess? Whatever. Oh, I can zoom in. Nice. For some reason I don't control the keyboard, it seems. I mean the flashlight. Can I crouch? No. Okay. I want this game in VR. Can I just move into that place? Oh, it's a lighthouse. And I cannot run. Apparently. Can't do anything besides walking, I guess. Oh well. Oh, this was the lighthouse. Never mind. Wow. We are in for a ride, aren't we? It's made a Unity. And it's old. The Unity has a charm, especially with HDRP. I don't know, something about it still feels organic, like not a smudge, smeared, blurred screen like with Unreal lately. I start to appreciate older games more and more. I tried this game once, but I wanted to look for a VR mod, which I didn't. I think they said it was a very old version of this game, maybe. Ah.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
Okay. It's gorgeous. Oh, damn. Circle? Looks like a room-ish thing. Or whatever. Ah, okay. Games with proper atmosphere are so rare, especially with good stories. Let's see where this will take us, I guess. We'll see.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
That's quite unusual to find here, I guess. How carefully they place the sounds. Wind, the water. Don't block me, baby. Let me progress forward. Oh. That's good.
Come back.
Huh? I'm back. Well. I think I cannot go there. Okay. It's chill time. Stairs. Stairs are never chill. Newspaper? No. I mean, maybe. Lovely. Just lovely. I don't know. Sometimes with these games, I wish that I would live next to an ocean or something. That would be such a escape. Like I wouldn't mind the solitary. I would just let the atmosphere sink in slowly. Just embrace the thought, the mood, the cleansing of the mind of the everyday's burden of I don't know.
Reading Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Sorry, but I am totally lost with the story. I guess it's just one of those days. The right game at the right time. I want this in VR. There is a reason why I like Souls Project. Especially the VR version.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection.
I see.
Wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this. To keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
How gently the voice actor said flesh. Not like a horror movie from Hellraiser, you know. Flesh. No, just flesh. It's like no emphasis on the word at all. Oh, there's a choice. Where do they go now?
I quote directly. A motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
No. I don't know. But I don't mind. This way I'm moving backward, no? Yeah. Well, technically, no. 'Cause that might be a passage to another... through the ocean. To that place. There are fences. So I guess there's a road. There's a road. Well, I guess there's a way there. Yeah.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my
Good
own
job.
pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another.
Coffee.
Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Is that a heartbeat? I hear a heartbeat. And a radio. Come on.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why, asked the farmers. Why, asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Dendrites and axons. This is the nervous system, no? What the hell? Wait, what? There's gotta be a dendrite axon. So, sorry. I keep swapping them in my head, which is which. So dendrites connecting to axons, or axons connecting to dendrites, which forms new pathway, like neural transmission. I might be wrong because English is not my main, but that one still look like, even the tendrils reminds me of. Yeah, that's gotta be a dendrite, or I'm just idiot. Plus the chemical bond. So what? This game has more to tell than what it shows. What is E? It's wanted to be C. Carbon, hydrogen, carbon with 3 hydrogen pairs. Damn, I'm bad at chemistry, but this is the same formula what we had prior, and that looks like, I don't know, this part is, I guess, connected to that, like a nervous system part. It's gotta be, or I'm just an idiot rambling, but hey, I guess that's the fun part, at least for the player. I bet the others are like, what the hell is this guy doing in this? Why is he playing this game? I don't know. I don't need a reason. Dum dum da dum. Oh. Oh. I can't go to the ship, 'cause I will drown. Everything is against me. Oh. I see. I can. I just need to go on the right path. There's some weird sourness at the tone of the violin, but now it's there 3. Okay, never mind. Nice. Whoever arranged the music. Nice. No, 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 no. Don't stop. Keeping back the lead to the piano a bit. Is this 2 or 3 violinists?
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore.
Oh.
I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there.
Bothy.
I was
What is a
expecting
bothy?
just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Can I get back my piano and violinist combination? Oh, come on. Oh, dare you. Denying me the path so far. Huh? Never mind. Might be there. Okay. I'm curious about the boat. This game is such a VR material. I will try to use a universal Unity injector. I don't think it's gonna work, but whatever. Oh. It's a point of no return. Whatever.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
The music is spot on. Excuse. I still cannot run in the game. It doesn't allow me. This is the amount of sun that is just enough. These clouds look like rain any second. And I love the rain. Whoa! That's a tonality shift in the music. In a way, it's playful. Repossession advice. 95. Something received. Shippies. There's a boy. Ah. Not gonna lie. It has a slight Source Engine vibe. So far, so good. Luminous Premium? A lot of sounds. They really did an effort on the soundscape. Yeah. It's one of the thing where quote unquote walking simulators win. Excuse. Is the mere fact that I'm not gonna say that they have time to design a place, but the game focus is shifted. When you play a game which is packed with action, it doesn't really have a storytelling in a way like this one. I just realized lately I like games which uses the soundscape, the music, the atmosphere to tell you a story. So this one gives me a very clear idea as I construct my own game. How do I want to do the narrative? Because this is not for everyone.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Eat nor he did not. Huh? Never mind. I can't make it out. The hermits have arrived. Okay. I guess I'm a dum-dum. Should I? No. It blocks me entirely. There should be a way. Anyway. I love the fact that they use sounds in order to portray movement.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital.
Oh.
After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Wow. Not giving me lessons. It took me a second to comprehend what the person was saying. Oh, that brief silence. That was funny. Oh, we're closing in into a house. Kidney stones. Submerged in anesthetics. Such an interesting choice of words. Some people call it fancy, but it's not. It's just a way of speaking with precision.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Like an animal? Oh yeah, I see. You can do so much with so little. A cello.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
I thought the violinist retired.
3 cormorants seen at dusk. They did not land. This house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd. Contents: my camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books. The caves that score out the belly of this island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
But what's the other house? Oh, I see. I think I see. Did I skip this one? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. The wind is picking up. It's possible due to the night and because the ocean is close. Maybe. I'm not fairly sure. One thing I'm sure, the game won't let me go up. What's this? Huh? I have a guess, but that is so far-fetched. So I rather not away. Dendrite? Again? No. Where did I saw this? I mean, in game, yeah, sure. But it's reminding me of something else. Anyway, all the way leads downward, I guess. Whatever. Well, that's a drop. But apparently we need to go somehow at the other end. I have...
What to make of Donnelly, the laudanum and the syphilis?
Oh...
It is clearly not how he began, but I've been unable to discover if the former was a result of his visiting the island or the force that drove him here. For the syphilis, a drunk driver smashing his insides into a pulp as he stumbled these paths, I can only offer my empathy. We're all victims of our age. My disease is the internal combustion engine and the cheap fermentation of yeast.
Haha. I like the way they phrase the words.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. All around him, small flowers were reaching for
Is
the
this
sun.
Kevin
The goats
MacLeod?
had adjusted happily to life
No.
without a shepherd and were grazing freely about the valley.
Not MacLeod.
Donnelly reports they hurled the body in fear
Kevin
and
Bryden.
disgust down the shaft. But I cannot corroborate this story.
From Stanley Parable, the narrator. It was Kevin Bryden or something? I wouldn't be surprised. He's a good voice actor. The funny thing was, when I played the game Observation,
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Interesting. It was so in the observation game. It was Emma Burrows and Tim Howell, I think, the voice actors. Oh, okay. So that's how you broke your neck. Leg, I guess.
From here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. I can hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
Wow. This is really starting to look like Souls Project. This game is like 10 years old. And Unity. So, yeah. I don't want to progress into a cut the music. What I don't want. Wait, what the hell? Dead end. Okay.
It was as if someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
Wait. This is a wiring. Those are dendrites. Or axons, or whichever. But this is clearly a... what is it called? A drawing of a electrician. Yeah. What is this? Oh. Another one. Interesting. Okay, I see. Some machine doing some sort of a chemical compound. How does it affect dendrites? It's a hallucinogen or something? I don't know. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Or not. Isn't this the water's made with a refraction shader or something? Not sure. These are so reflective. In a way. I wonder how long this is. It's against the current. Are we going? No. We're not going back. I see. Okay. One thing I'm fairly sure about. A candle should have been out by now. If there's nobody around. So that's weird. Although does a candle burn faster with high concentration of oxygen in the air? I wonder. Well, I know what I'm gonna look up today.
If the caves are my guts, this must be the place where the stones are first formed. The bacteria phosphoresce and rise, singing through the tunnels. Everything here is bound by the rise and fall, like a tide. Perhaps the whole island is actually underwater.
That was a clever statement, referring to the kidney stones. The question is, which path to take? Down or up? Or even more down? Well, we'll see where the game allows us to go. Dendrite. Again. Come on. Yeah. Fungi. It's becoming more and more clear. Oh, come on. Rude. Rude.
When I was coming round from the operation, I remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. People moved at the summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
It really sounds like Behold Damascus. Faken? That would be taken, would make sense, maybe? No. Okay. The game is trying to tell me something which I'm not comprehending fully at this moment. Well, there's a developer commentary if it's needed. They use the same letters. What the hell? Away from being a city. And it shall be... Huh? Ruins heap? Ruinous heap. Okay. Damn. Wait. Maybe I see it differently. Because my monitor is messed up. Yeah. I'm going HDRP, then no, and I mean HDR. If I disable it and go back to SDR, guess what? Just flames planting itself into random dimming, even if power saving is disabled. So, meh. Surely this game don't support HDR. Okay. Even the music is muffled. The music only going underwater. No. What the hell? Oh, I was loading? No, I was pushed inside. Oh, neat. It's a screen space shader, I guess. What's this Ivy? Ivy back. This is... damn. So well made. It's a waterfall, I guess. Or whatever. How did I end up here? Okay. Things happen. Apparently. Come on. Come on. You're so close. Mind the step. Ah. Nice. The candles are still going. Ah, and this is how they made the whole thing to go into the night. I see. There was no dynamic day-night time, I think, when this game was made.
I sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near Sanford and were lost. If I were a gull, I'd abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
There are the jets. How does he know? It was 21 minutes exactly. Gorgeous.
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
And this is where you left Donnelly. Right? Is that a vintage defibrillator? A weird place for surgery. How did that end up here? Are we merging reality? Or this is a fantasy? The water is invading the shores. I don't know how fast, but it's present. That's for sure. What a pattern in the music. A sudden stop. Huh. Okay. Whoa. Did I came the wrong way? Or this will lead me up there? Is this even linear progression, like one way? Or there are several endings, maybe? Only time will tell. What am I looking for? Are we turning into a jump scare game? Feel free.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
A light from healing shore around something like that. Can't make it up. Something is closing in.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and it fell to the ground. Paper boats. All of the letters. They're paper boats now. Interesting. Do I have to go all the way back? For realsies? Might be. Okay. We always have a few seconds, so I try to shortcut in the water. But it seems like even this path has a light. weird. Hmm. And then something tells me we're not gonna make it up there. It's way too close. I'm not even sure if that's the destination. I think it's just something to attract the player's attention to go to. In case if he's lost. But I made it back. Faster than ever. Well, I never played this game. Just started it. But yeah, I only played like 10 minutes. Not gonna lie, I would immediately replay this in VR. I was just begging for it. Oh, come on. Cannot be, right? Can it? Did I miss something? Have I been here? I've been here. I came from here. So there's no denying in that. The question is, then where do I go? Right there. I did not expect this path to be blocked. Okay, let's try this. What's that? Okay. How about this? Oh dear. Well. Oh. Okay. And there's something. Invisible wall. Rude. Come on. Shit. Okay. What are these?
Come back.
Okay. So that's a logo. Am I overlooking something. Maybe... Nah. There should be too steep. Apparently... Okay. There's gonna be a painful drop. Maybe that one. Here. Yeah. Wait, what? Is that a person? Okay, let's try somehow. Steep. All of these are too steep. That's a statue or stationary person. One of those, without a doubt. Okay, you won't climb this. I've been here. Okay. I'm sure the path is not something like climb a mountain. But I would explain the noise that person making, maybe. That might not be that steep. Or I didn't notice something here. No, I did. No words, no music, nothing. This should be climbable, barely. Wait. Under? No. It was just a bug. Okay. I can hear it. Nah, it cannot be long to that one. There's gotta be a way, somehow, that I overlooked. Okay, that should not be steep, but invisible wall, of course. Come on, game. Give me a break. Not a leg break, but wait, that might be something. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Bit of a blindness, but hey, there's your tour. Chill tour at the ocean, I guess. Because why not, right? Will I run into the statue?
I will drag my leg behind me. I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up.
The 21 number in your head is like the 21 minutes for the airplanes to follow and count them. Now the 21 again. Unusual resemblance. Of course, I won't be able to confront. But at least my idea was right.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Nice. On 99%, it was standing here, so I'm being watched all the time. But now then, where are you? And ask he was proceeding on his journey. Well then, let us proceed, shall we? Damascus too near, and was come near to Damascus. Is this backwards? Singing? Any...
If only Donnelly had experienced this,
1, 3
he would have realized he was his own
days.
shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
There was a transition in colors. Weird. Oh.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
Keys. Told you. Too many 21s. Whatever you. Oh. I think I know. What's gonna happen? Okay. Will I get a gentle push to the end?
A gull perched on a spent bonnet, sideways, whilst the sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking. Old bread and gull bones. Old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink. Old Esther walking with our children. Old Paul as ever. Old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off his lights alone.
These winds are very violent. They can easily slip this character up. So close, yet so far.
I have run out of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him?
I knew it.
I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jacobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Yeah. I knew it. He doesn't gain momentum. Because he's a bird. Wonderful.
Come back.
What? Come back? Ah, okay. Is it Kevin? Kevin? No. Wait, what? Oh, okay. There was one voice actor. I'm not sure. Although it was delivered pretty well. The atmosphere, the music. Yeah. Anyway, it is free on Steam, I think. So yeah, check it out. I'll look up if the Universal Unity VR is compatible or not. Yeah, possibly not. 2017. Decasis system. Playmaker. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, this was Dear Esther Landmark Edition. Another rare gem. I highly suggest to check it out if you're into atmospheres, story. You don't really need a gun or anything in a game to have an impact. Damn. Even the musicians were talented as well. It's well packed together, considering the fact it's Unity 2017. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content on YouTube, or follow on Twitch when I stream. Although I do stream usually, but yeah, I guess that's it. See you in the next one. Feel free to leave some suggestion. Let it be VR or not, games like this are good, highly needed. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.